Welcome back to the Deep Dive, where we take your notes, your sources, and all the chaos of information and give you the essential nuggets of knowledge and insight you need to be truly well-informed.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into the really fascinating clash of worlds in the narrative of When in Rome.
It's this explosive and ultimately, I think, really transformative story. We're looking at the relationship between a globally famous pop star, Amelia, who's just completely desperate for anonymity.
Right, she's professionally known as Ray Rose.
Yeah.
And the other half of this is Noah Walker, who is this fiercely private, small-town guy.
And we're not just, summarizing a plot here. We really need to get into the psychological architecture, how things like celebrity burnout, old heartbreak, and this incredibly intense family loyalty end up shaping every decision they make.
Exactly. And maybe the biggest question is, how do you even begin to build trust when one person's life is literally defined by public scrutiny?
And the other's is defined by wanting to be completely invisible.
It's an impossible setup. And it all kicks off with this scenario that feels like it's straight out of a dark comedy.
Let's start right there, at the very beginning. The inciting incident. Because the stakes feel so high, but the cause is just so wonderfully mundane.
It's a broken down car.
Uh-huh.
You have Amelia, this two-time Grammy winner with a $90 million record contract, driving a beat-up old Corolla.
Which is already telling, isn't it? The Corolla is the perfect symbol of her trying to escape her own life.
It really is. And she's driving in the middle of the night, trying to vanish. And where does she end up? Smoking engine and all, right? Noah Walker's front yard in Rome, Kentucky. It's 11:30 at night.
So it's this total forced anonymity, right? Her celebrity status is useless because of simple mechanical failure.
Totally useless. And that accidental nature of their meeting, I mean, that's everything. It just smashes through all the layers of protection they both built around themselves.
And her reaction is immediate paranoia.
Oh, absolutely. She's operating on a level of fear that, only a celebrity could probably understand. She's instantly terrified of Noah. She thinks this guy coming out to help is a potential murderer.
And she won't get out of the car, even though it's, 80 degrees out? Sweltering?
She refuses to leave the car. And you have to ask, does her paranoia feel justified? From her perspective, absolutely.
I mean, of course it does. She's one of the most famous women on the planet. She's on the run, and some stranger is telling her to get out of her car in the middle of nowhere. His helpfulness must seem suspicious.
It has to.
Yeah.
In Amelia's world, help always comes with a price tag. It usually means betrayal or a story for the tabloids.
But in Noah's world, it's just simple. Someone's car is smoking in your yard, you go help them. That's the rule.
And that's the immediate conflict. She even tries to joke through her terror, which is so telling. She says something like, "My phone's out of service too. Would you like for me to step out so you can abduct me?"
Or would it be more fun for you to break the window yourself?
Wow, that's some dark defensive humor. It really is. And it leads straight to one of my favorite details, one that just immediately shows how absurdly different their lives are.
The phone.
The corded telephone. She just laughs at it, calls it something stolen from a museum of 1950s history.
And he immediately nicknames her smart mouth for it, right?
Yeah.
He calls her out on being rude.
He does. But that phone, it's not just a quirky detail, is it? It's a physical symbol of his entire philosophy.
Yeah, it's this intentional rejection of the modern world, the world that Amelia lives in, a traceable celebrity world.
A corded phone means he has a rooted life. You can't track him with GPS. He can't even take a phone call outside of his own kitchen. It forces him to be present.
And he has to use that symbol of old world stability to solve this very modern crisis of a pop star stranded in his yard.
He does. He calls Mabel, who's this beloved local figure, owner of the inn, and he literally has to ask her for a character reference just to convince this woman to get out of her car.
He needs the town matriarch to vouch for him.
Can you imagine? It's an incredible start. It tells you everything. In Rome, Kentucky, your reputation is real, it's tangible. In Amelia's world, reputation is just manufactured. It can be bought or sold or destroyed in a day.
And that's really the core tension we're going to be digging into, using their story to understand the psychological price of that celebrity artifice and the huge emotional walls they've both built.
And more importantly, how those walls just start to crumble the second a little bit of authenticity gets introduced.
Okay, so let's unpack Amelia's side of this first. Why is a woman with a 9-figure contract who must have layers and layers of staff driving a smoking car by herself in the middle of the night? This isn't a vacation.
No, this is a desperate flight. And it's driven by pure, unadulterated professional burnout.
The source material is so specific about this exhaustion, isn't it? It's not just, oh, I'm tired. It's a kind of psychological erasure.
It is. She talks about being completely overwhelmed by her manager, Susan's schedule notes. They're so dense, so controlling that they just make her shut down. She goes absolutely numb.
I love that bit where she says her manager's voice just sounds like the Charlie Brown wah, wah, wah.
Yes, it's the perfect shorthand for total emotional overload. It means all the demands, the schedules, the obligations. It's all just noise to her now. Her brain literally cannot process it as meaningful information anymore.
And that noise is directly tied to the PR machine that's been systematically stripping away her humanity.
Exactly. Her life is just memorizing scripts that her team has crafted. My favorite color is blue. I owe my success to my loving and devoted mom. These are just talking points or lies designed to make her seem relatable.
And she boils down all of her daily interactions, the smiling, the small talk, into 3 words. Polite, polite, polite.
A mask she can't take off. And when you wear a mask that long, what happens?
You get what she calls hollowness. She thought moving from LA to Nashville, a more real place, might fix it. But the hollowness just followed her.
And that's where we get that really sharp analogy. She says she feels like a maxed out credit card that everyone keeps swiping.
Let's pull that apart, because that is so critical. If she's a maxed out credit card, who's doing the swiping?
It's not just the fans wanting music, it's the whole parasitic ecosystem around her. Susan, her manager, the record label, and tragically, her own mother.
Everyone is just taking and taking, and the card can't absorb any more debt. She has absolutely nothing left to give, which is why she runs.
This really gets to the core of her conflict, right? The split between Amelia, the actual person, and Ray Rose, the product.
Ray Rose is a brand, softer, gentler, more regal. She's everyone's best friend. She's perfect. She's pliable.
But Amelia, the woman, just misses playing music. She misses the days when she sang because if she didn't, the world felt wrong. That act, the thing that once anchored her, is now just another chore, another transaction.
All of her autonomy is gone.
Completely. The detail that she hasn't made an appointment for herself in 10 years is just staggering.
She doesn't run her own social media. She doesn't pick her own clothes. She's a puppet. When you lose control over what socks you wear, let alone your career, the only logical thing to do for your own survival is to run.
And the final trigger for that flight is the realization that the betrayal isn't just professional. It's deeply personal. It's familial.
Her relationship with her mother, it was once her bedrock, after her dad left. But it became, in her words, crap the second the money started rolling in.
And she has this devastating belief that her mom now just sees her as a 24-hour ATM.
Which is a horrible enough feeling on its own, but it's being cruelly manipulated by the person she's supposed to trust most in her career.
Susan, the manager, it's revealed later by Claire, Amelia's assistant, just how toxic this was. Susan was the one systematically feeding personal stories to the tabloids.
And she was using Amelia's mother as the scapegoat.
A perfect scapegoat. So Susan is actively creating drama, while at the same time isolating Amelia from her family. Canceling her breaks, telling her not to see her mom, all under the guise of protecting the brand.
It's this incredibly cold, calculated emotional sabotage. It's designed to keep Amelia vulnerable and completely dependent on the machine.
And that realization that the entire structure she trusted was designed to keep her hollow, that's the fuel for her escape. She knows she needs an anchor, but she has no idea where to find one.
Which brings us to Rome, Kentucky. Why that specific, seemingly random place?
Ah, but it wasn't random at all, was it? She was looking for a very specific kind of inspiration.
Right. She searched Google Maps for the nearest city called Rome.
Because that's where Audrey Hepburn's character, Princess Anne, goes in Roman Holiday.
A movie she used to watch with her mom, for comfort, before everything got complicated.
It's such a powerful, symbolic choice. In the movie, the princess runs away and finds this one brief moment of genuine, non-royal, authentic connection before she has to go back to her duties.
And Amelia is looking for that same moment. She's not looking for Ray Rose, she's looking for Amelia. And that quest, funnily enough, leads her right to Noah's perfectly manicured lawn.
So if Amelia is running from fame and exhaustion, what's Noah running from? Or I guess what is he protecting? We need to flip the perspective to the man whose life she just crashed into.
Noah Walker's world is the complete opposite. It's static. It's built on loyalty, physical rootedness, and a lot of trauma.
A lot of trauma.
Yeah.
His entire life revolves around the pie shop. It's a family legacy, secret recipes passed down from his great-grandmother, his grandmother, his mother. It's a physical symbol of commitment to one place.
And living in Rome, Kentucky means you have zero privacy. His life is under constant microscopic community scrutiny.
We're talking about specific people. Phil's hardware, Jeanine the waitress, and the most aggressive one, Harriet, the town gossip.
And this isn't just harmless gossip, is it? It's like an enforcement mechanism for the town's moral code.
Oh, absolutely. He actively avoids bringing women home, not just for discretion, but because he knows Harriet would see any woman staying over as scandalous enough to send the Nazarene preacher to his door.
And the preacher would, of course, eat no less than 3 pieces of pie while sermonizing about morality.
That detail about the pie is just brilliant. It makes the judgment so physical, so unavoidable. This whole environment dictates his philosophy. He has to be serious. He's not the one-night stand sort of guy.
He needs a deep emotional connection first, which he admits is damn inconvenient. So his walls are designed to keep things simple, to prevent any appearance of frivolity, and to block out some really deep emotional pain.
And that pain comes from 2 major traumas. The first one is the foundation of it all, the loss of his parents.
They died in a freak accident hiking in Colorado when he was only 10.
That abandonment, even though it was an accident, forces him and his sisters to be raised by their grandmother, Sylvie. And that event just installs this deep, almost paralyzing fear of catastrophic loss.
But the fresh wound, the one that makes him so hostile to Amelia's world, is the New York betrayal.
Merritt. He was head over heels for her, this fancy New Yorker who spent a summer in town.
And he took a huge leap for her. He spontaneously proposed and moved to New York City.
A place he hated. He hated the pace. He hated his banking job. He felt like once the physical chemistry of the summer wore off, they had nothing. The contrast between his life in Kentucky and this sterile existence in New York was just unbearable for him.
And the whole thing implodes when his grandmother Sylvie gets sick.
Right. Her Alzheimer's diagnosis gets worse, and he needs to go home. Merritt refuses to go with him, and she calls Sylvie's condition something to be handled.
Handled, not cared for, not loved through, just handled. That's cold.
Incredibly cold. And then comes the final devastating blow. He finds out she was cheating on him.
Through a text message she sent to him by accident.
The worst way. A text meant for a coworker. And that single moment leads him to make this fierce, rigid vow. He would never, ever date a woman whose life existed outside of Rome again.
And the reason why is so specific, it's not just about long distance.
No. It's this specific, agonizing fear that he would find out she was cheating via a tabloid. A scandalous article. The kind of public humiliation that Amelia or Ray Rose lives with every single day.
Wow. So that specific fear connects his past heartbreak directly to his future with Amelia. He's terrified of having his private pain made public.
And that fear is just compounded by the fact that his caretaker role is now central to his whole identity. Sylvie, his grandmother, even with her Alzheimer's, still dresses impeccably, still has her dignity.
And Noah and his sisters, Emily, Madison, and Annie, they rotate care. They protect her privacy fiercely. They make sure she's never lonely. And that commitment makes it physically and emotionally impossible for him to leave Rome.
But there's a cost to that commitment, isn't there? It affects the whole family. His sisters worry that his trauma has made him stifle their own dreams.
Like Madison giving up culinary school. They're all sort of stuck in this holding pattern because of Noah's deep-seated fear of loss. If he leaves Rome, he thinks the whole emotional ecosystem will just collapse.
So they both arrive at this car crash, this inciting incident, profoundly lonely. They've built these impossibly high walls, one made of fame, the other of loyalty and fear.
And this is where it gets really good. Because despite the huge cultural gap and Noah's absolute determination to keep his distance, the push and pull between them is it's irresistible.
It's a kind of flirting built on annoyance and testing boundaries. Amelia finds Noah's total lack of adoration absolutely and wonderfully new.
He's not a fan.
Yeah.
After years of being worshipped as Ray Rose, this resistance is intoxicating to her. It makes her giddy, and it makes her want to press his buttons.
For the first time in years, she has the freedom to speak without a filter, and she uses it.
She does. She starts calling him these, funny domestic nicknames. Wilderness Ken, a caveman. My favorite is the Pillow Bandit, because he runs off with her pillows.
And that teasing isn't just a joke, right? It's Amelia testing how much of her real, unfiltered self he'll tolerate. The Pillow Bandit thing. That signals a kind of comfortable domestic intimacy she hasn't had in a decade.
But the physical connection is there, too. It's undeniable.
Oh, yeah. It all culminates in that first kiss at the pie shop sink. It's intense, it's impatient, It's just raw.
And it's so perfectly interrupted by the chimes on the front door. Reality, the town of Rome, just barges right in on their private bubble.
And all through this, Noah's internal monologue is just this constant mantra. He will not be moved by another woman passing through my town.
It's not just self-discipline. It's a protective mechanism against repeating the merit trauma.
But the physical desire just completely overwhelms that resolve.
Yeah.
And what really starts to break down his surly pose are these small, unexpected moments of softness.
The details that reveal the classic man underneath all the layers of protection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like his preference for Frank Sinatra. A CD his grandma gave him to replace his weird rock music. It anchors him to a quieter time.
And his whole aesthetic is just old-world charm. His handwriting is beautiful, Amelia finds it frame-worthy, and his love for flowers. He buys a bouquet almost every day from his sister Annie's shop.
These aren't just random details. They show a consistent, soft, and committed character that is the complete opposite of the manufactured, transient life Amelia ran away from.
But the caretaking impulse is what really shows his true nature.
It is, after she accidentally takes one of her heavy-duty knockout pills with alcohol.
The ones she uses for jet lag.
Right. He sits by her bedside all night. He monitors her breathing. He wants her to feel safe. And he explains that he'd rather she be surrounded by his sisters than in a house alone with a man she hardly knows.
And then the pajamas.
The pajamas. Amelia discovers he owns multiple sets of collared, buttoned-up cotton pajamas. She thinks he's more classic than I ever knew. It's this endearing little moment that signals a life rooted in comfort and tradition, everything Ray Rose lacks.
But their relationship hits this huge, symbolic roadblock with the pancakes.
The Pancake Challenge. Amelia has made this list of things she wants to do to reclaim her life, and making pancakes, this simple domestic non-Ray Rose act, is on it.
And she's spectacularly bad at it.
Laughably bad. She uses too much flour, makes these charred stacks, and produces pancakes that taste, and I'm quoting here, like sand at the beach that a dog has peed on.
Which is just a fantastic moment of genuine vulnerability. She fails at something simple, and she lets him see that failure.
And Noah's refusal to give up his secret pie shop pancake recipe. That's not just him being stubborn.
No, it's a form of emotional protection, isn't it?
It is. He says it himself. It's his way of holding something she wants but can't have. It perfectly mirrors how he feels about her. He wants her, but he believes he can't have her stay, so he holds back this one small, silly thing.
The recipe becomes a metaphor for commitment. Can he trust her with the family secret?
Exactly. And all this tension is masked by this constant playful banter, the flirting. It's like a pressure release valve for their real feeling.
Until Noah gets drunk with his friend James.
And the truth comes out. He confesses, "You're so pretty, and you sing like an angel, too." He calls her sweet, like powdered sugar.
A domestic food-related nickname. It's about her, Amelia, not the star. It's completely devoid of celebrity worship.
But the moment that truly changes everything, the real lightning strike, is the non-kiss.
He's drunk, he's vulnerable, and he asks if he can kiss her, and she says no.
She says it wouldn't be fair to take advantage of him, and instead of kissing him on the mouth, she just tips forward and kisses his forehead.
That one gesture is so profound. Amelia, the celebrity product who sells fantasy and desire, proves that she values his emotional safety more than her own physical want.
It's an act of pure, non-transactional respect. And it solidifies their bond in a way a real kiss couldn't have at that moment. It proves she sees him, the vulnerable man, not just the surly pose.
So after all that, they have to confront how impossible their situation is.
Right. And Noah, needing to rebuild his walls, insists on setting a boundary. This is going to turn into anything romantic between us. It's just friendship.
And Amelia's immediate acceptance is so telling. She says friendship is exactly what I want, what I need.
For Ray Rose, every relationship was a transaction. About her career, about money. She had no real friends left. So this friendship accord gives her the exact emotional stability she ran away to find.
But even while they're pretending it's just friendship, Amelia is aggressively taking her life back. And her defiance just keeps fueling their connection.
Her first big act of rebellion is the haircut.
The bangs. She defies the law of Susan, the manager who controlled her entire appearance, and gets bangs. And she loves them because they represent her new independent self.
And Noah, who respects authentic rebellion, is all for it. He lovingly calls her Beau Duke, connecting her new look to this small-town icon of freedom. And he drives her away from the salon in his orange Chevy. It's like they're partners in crime.
A shared rebellion.
And things get even deeper on the fishing trip. This secluded lake, completely outside the celebrity world. And while he's baiting her hook, a moment of admitted helplessness for her, she drops the bomb.
Detour. It's gonna last 9 months.
The whole atmosphere just shifts. There's a Faith Hill and Tim McGraw song playing Let's Make Love.
Yeah.
The tension is just, you can feel it.
And Noah, recognizing they are sliding down this romantic path into an impossible situation, just abruptly ends the song.
And they jump in the lake. The kiss in the water it's the breaking of the dam. It's deep, it's unrestrained, it's proof that the friendship accord was just a lie they both needed to tell themselves.
But the world of Ray Rose is relentless, isn't it? It always finds you.
It always finds you. Susan, the fired manager, figures out where Amelia is after convincing Amelia's mom to give up the town name, and she tips off the paparazzi.
And that leads to the ambush. The moment her two worlds collide, violently.
They're cornered in a parking lot. And the attack is so calculated, it's designed to hit Noah's deepest insecurity. A paparazzo shouts at him, "What makes you think an average guy like you is good enough for a worldwide star like her?"
That's not just a random question. That is designed to hit his merit wound.
Yeah.
It throws his failure in New York right back in his face. His feeling of inadequacy, his fear of being publicly humiliated by a woman who is too big for his world.
But that attack is the ultimate catalyst for Amelia. She realizes she was so enraged, so protective of him, that she was about to punch the guy if Noah hadn't grabbed her fist.
This fierce, non-polite reaction, it solidifies her commitment to him and to her authentic self. She fires Susan again on the spot, realizing her entire life was one big, fat lie.
So now the path forward requires this radical emotional change from both of them.
Yeah.
And it starts with the family ecosystem Noah built to protect himself.
His sister, Emily, steps up with this really critical admission.
Emily recognizes that their family has been stagnant. She apologizes for her own role in stifling her sister's dreams, all because of her own trauma from their parents' death.
And that recognition of the shared burden and the promise that the sisters will now cover Sylvie's care together, it frees Noah. It releases him from his self-imposed prison in Rome.
And with that pressure valve released, he just shatters all of his own rigid defensive rules. He admits he was lying about not having feelings. He tells her, "I'm crazy about you."
But the real moment of commitment, the symbolic one, is technological.
It's huge. The classic man with the corded phone goes out and buys an iPhone, and he schedules a Wi-Fi installation.
It's his willingness to adapt his lifestyle, not his core values, for love.
Absolutely. He tells her, "If I have to be apart from you for months on end, I at least want to be able to see your pretty smile on FaceTime." He is committing to the very thing, long distance, that he swore he would never, ever tolerate again.
And the culmination of this whole journey is just, it's pitch perfect. Amelia's sold-out show in Nashville, the official launch of the tour.
And in the middle of this huge professional moment, a bouquet of sunflowers, Noah's favorite flowers, wrapped in brown paper and twine, a clear domestic touch from his sister's shop, gets thrown on stage.
The meaning is just unmistakable.
He's there. He's waiting in her dressing room. He made the ultimate commitment. He arranged for his sisters to cover the pie shop, and he's joining her on tour. He traded his stability for a chance at forever.
And she traded her artifice for authenticity. So what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, I think this narrative gives us this incredibly nuanced look at the choice between being authentic and just performing. The story shows that the life of an A-list celebrity isn't just performing on stage, it's the exhausting performance of an entire life. And it left Amelia completely hollow.
And the key takeaway, I think, for any relationship, especially one under any kind of scrutiny, is that authenticity, no matter how messy it is the only real foundation for trust.
Their bond was built on Amelia's shitty pancakes, her genuine tears over her mother, Noah's unashamed grief, and his love for Sylvie. Those vulnerabilities were the only things strong enough to bridge the gap between Rome, Kentucky, and the global stage.
And Noah's shift from the corded phone to the iPhone, it symbolizes that he was willing to expand the boundaries of his life for love. But he didn't sacrifice his integrity, his small-town values. He just brought Rome with him.
They both made these monumental shifts. Noah overcame his fear of loss and betrayal. Amelia reclaimed her life and dismantled a toxic system, and even reconciled with her mother. But, the story really ends on a beginning.
And that leaves us with a really important, provocative question for you to think about. Their relationship is public now. She's on a 9-month international tour. Noah Walker, the small-town pie shop owner, is suddenly thrown into the relentless media world, the celebrity bubble, the very same environment that almost destroyed Amelia's identity.
So, can his classic rooted character survive the gravitational pull of a world built on artifice? Or will that bubble force him to become someone he's not? We'll leave that for you to decide.